Hi everyone, welcome to English for Business class with me Adolfina Mohibeka from Tribhuwana University, Kalabahi. First of all, I would like to say thank you to Belmawa for giving us this opportunity to collaborate in online learning between Stiki Bangkalan with Universitas Tribhuwana Kalabahi in East Nusa Tenggara Province. On this year 2023. Okay, today we are going to talk about expressing agreement or disagreement. Expressing agreement and disagreement is not something new in our life because it's usually happen in our life, in our daily life. When we talk about learning a language, knowing a language, and we can express our language successfully, is kind of useful skills that someone's have in their life. So at any moment in our life, we always deal with someone's opinion or expressing our opinion by agree or disagree. So let's see in our life when we talk about agree. What is agreement? An agreement is a manifestation of mutual assent by two or more persons to one another. And an agreement is made when two parties agree to something. So this is not something new, that when we talk about agreement, of course, it deals with how we comes with the same perception with others in our discussion or in an opinion. Next, let's see, in expressing our agreement to the opinion, there are some expressions that usually used to express our opinion. Yeah, here is the expression like, that's a good point, or you have a point there. Or sometimes we can say, I feel the same way, or I think so too. Or sometimes we can express by saying absolutely, or I totally agree. You're right, I couldn't agree more, because we have come to the last conclusion that we agree with someone's opinion. So I think this is some expression I prepare for you. If you have some other expression about expressing agreement, you can list it by your own self. Next, this is the example when we agree and how we can express our agreement to the opinion, to someone's opinion. Here is the example of two persons talking about driving. The first person say that driving is the best way to go places, and the second person, person B, agree with this opinion that driving is the best way, and he expressed his agreement by saying I agree, and giving his further information by giving the reason why he agreed, that he said driving is so convenient. So after we talk about agreement, let's see what is an agreement, what is disagreement. Disagreement, according to Cambridge Dictionary, is an argument or a situation in which people do not have the same opinion. Yeah, so say for example, some opinion, some synonym word that's usually used to express this information is by saying synonym, the controversy or the debate or the difficulties find in taking the same opinion or different opinion, or sometimes dispute, etc. So a disagreement is a type of conflict, either between people or ideas. Conflict between people or ideas. It is the disagreement. So when we find the argument like, no, it's not, or sometimes the argument is, yes, it is. Yeah, it is an argument. But in reality, when our opinion or contradict with the fact, that is the disagreement. Okay, So how to express disagreement? Here I have prepared some expression that usually used by people when they express their disagreement. I totally disagree, or I'm sorry to disagree, but we can give our other reason. Or I had to disagree, but I have to disagree. So I'm afraid I have to disagree, or sometimes I don't think so. You're wrong. No way to state I have to agree with you. Or sometimes we can say it isn't true that this opinion is blah blah blah. Or don't you think that blah blah blah? Yeah, this is some expression that can be used to express our disagreement. If you have other expression to express disagreement, you can list and we can discuss later. Okay. So this is the example of disagreement. When there are two persons discussing about the weather, the first person say that I think hot weather is the best, but the second person really he doesn't agree with the first person opinion, so he asked for the first person, really? I disagree. It makes me grumpy. So the second person doesn't agree with the first person opinion about hot weather is the best. Yeah, we know in our daily life that someone can stay living in hot weather, but some maybe not. They just can stay in warm or in a cold situation. Yeah, we don't know. So sometimes if we don't agree, we can express like asking question, really, and stated our disagreement expression. And next, some other expression that usually used in a sentence to begin a sentence by expressing agreement and disagreement, like I feel, or in my opinion, I think, or I don't think, or sometimes we can say, well, yes, but yeah, this is some expression to begin a sentence when we want to state our or to express our agreement or disagreement. Okay, here I prepare the examples in dialogue, and this example already use some information before we have discussed before about when we have to state our disagreement, or we can start by using some expression to begin the sentence by using I feel, I think, and so on. So in this example, I have prepared the example in a dialogue of three people when they are talking about vocation. And first, there are disagreement happen, and at last, when they pursue to ask and build the communication, then they come to the same conclusion that uh, they think that uh, they are free to go to have vacation outside their house. Okay, this is the example, and now it's only test that you can use your or what we have discussed in the previous slide about trying to express agreement or disagreement. So for this picture, please write your agreement when you agree that video games make you smarter. Or the second, math is boring. You can try to disagree with this statement by stating or expressing your disagreement expression using the argument, the expression we have discussed before, or if you have listed your own expression, you can use that. Okay, this is the example, this is a task, and we can discuss it later after this sharing. I think that's all for today. Thank you for paying attention to my sharing, and we will continue our discussion in the next slide. Thank you.